Hey y'all, it's VJ.
It's Jay.
And this is
A Sip
and a Shot. Woo, 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 woo. Today we have our guest.
Yeah, Miss Kyndra Crump.
She's in the, I want to say in the building, but she's on the screen.
Live from
I am in the building. I'm in Dubai. Thank you, ladies, for flying me out. Only I can get this special treatment. The rest of you peasants can't.
Okay. So you guys know we start every episode off with a shot. Do you want to give the name to the shot, or are you going to tell the truth, or?
Let's tell the truth.
Okay, we didn't have a shot for this episode, so we're drinking something random, and we'll come up with a shot for it later.
I'm drinking some Alizé and Cristal. How about that? Get on my level.
Cheers to the good.
Cheers to the bad.
Cheers to all the things we wish we had.
Clink, clink, clink.
Cheers.
Mm-hmm.
Woo.
That was strong. Woo! Burning my chest hairs off. I love it.
Yes.
And for our sip this week, we did a rosé tasting.
Yep. Did a taste test.
We did a taste test.
Things of rosé.
8 different rosés, Kendra girl.
Okay. All right then. Look at that. What's one alcohol that you guys said never again to? Because I know there's one. What's one alcohol you said never again to?
Probably vodka.
Vodka.
That's a hard no. Hard no. Just flat.
Did you just have a wild night, or you just like woke up with a bad hangover? Or...
More like a year. Like 2012.
So you know when you were in school and it's that liquor that you're like never again. That college time.
Your body sees it and wants to shut down automatically.
That's vodka.
That's vodka for.
Okay, got you.
Because it's all different. Like, you know, when you ain't got no money, you do the cheap vodka.
You go Pinnacle. You go Burnett's.
UV.
You get like a plastic bottle that kind of when you like press on it.
Mm-hmm. I feel like we should be embarrassed, but we were in college.
Okay, don't be embarrassed. You just listen. You ain't the only one. Like Michael Jackson said, you are not alone. Okay.
Okay. And Rihanna's cake came out and they had cake vodka.
They had cake vodka, and we shot at that right on up.
Horrible.
Wow.
So this is the Crafters Union rosé.
Yeah, we have it right here.
It was really good.
It was really good.
So cheers.
Cheers.
One more.
All right. Wait. Okay. Tasty.
Delicious.
So we have Miss Kyndra Crump.
Yes.
From the
Whoop, whoop.
Coming out of Atlanta. She is our first comedian.
Yes.
With the E-N-N-E at the end.
Ew.
And you know, this is coming out at the end of
Women's History Month.
So what better way,
than
to we support women all year round.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people think this podcast is like male bashing, but fuck it.
Whatever.
We don't care.
Women supporting.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And you're on the other side of the coin. I'm sorry.
Exactly.
So Kendra, tell us a little bit about yourself. Like what got you into the comedy game, I want to say.
Yeah.
Well, first off, my name is Kyndra Crump, aka the HNIC, because I am the head nigga in charge. Put some respect on my name. I'm so much of the HNIC that my Wi-Fi is HNIC 1, HNIC 2, right? And my license plate was going to say HNIC, but then they said it's going to be an extra charge for your own type of license plate. I'm like, you guys are some haters, but it's okay. I'll go with the basic whatever they had given me. Back to the story. So, yes, I've been in Atlanta since I was 0, and you know how if you've been in a place for so long, you get bored, you want to travel out. I'm trying to travel to Rapper the Game's house. JC Terrell Taylor, I'm putting my finger in your face, sir. Respond back to my DM that I sent you on April 19th, 2020 at 1:38 in the morning Eastern Standard Time. Thank you.
Listen, if you go, I want to go too.
Talk your shit, Kendra.
I'm just saying, I'll be actually out in LA in May, so hopefully we'll cross paths and I'll get a hickey by him and other things. Back to the story. Except STDs, because I think he's dirty. Back to the story. So anyway, come on, let's just keep it real, man. When you are that high of a status, you got women and men flying at you all the time, so you're gonna be coming. Let's just keep it real. A lot these rappers be swinging both ways. I'm like, whose booty do you want, mine or his? Okay, I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Let's keep it real. Back to the story. So yes, I'm currently a student at Clark Atlanta University, and I'm getting my degree, and I'm graduating also in May. So it's my birthday month and celebration, and I just plan on we gotta drink to that, ladies. We gotta drink to that. Get a quick sip. Get a quick sip.
Agree.
Yes, honey. Yes. So I'm graduating and I can finally get the hell out of there. I used to think like once I made it to college, I was going to, I watched too much, Stomp the Yard. Shout out to Stomp the Yard where they put Chris Brown in the the previews for 10 minutes. We show up and he dies, 10 minutes later. I'm like, bro, how dare y'all? We should have got our money back. At that point, why did we not like ride and march out? I'm just saying.
I needed my money back from a different world. I needed my coins back from a different world.
Yes, I watched too much of that.
Made me think my husband was waiting.
He'll be right there in college. Right.
You know what? And it's very possible, but is it probable? And so I get to college and I'm like, yes, I'm gonna find me a forevermore, but I found me another sis. Okay, it's like 80% of the men out there, they just look better than us. Got better hips, and I'm like, bro, did you go to Dr. Miami on spring break with your refund check that you finesse out of somebody? I'm trying to understand how. Okay, back to the story. So yes, comedy just came naturally. I never tried to be funny. It just came. Like I went through a series of unfortunate events trying to figure out exactly what was it that I really wanted to be in life. First thing I said was I wanted to be a WWE wrestler. Prior to actually having, love for JCon, I had love for John Cena. That's the first time I caught Jungle Fever. Then I realized this Negro's like 20 years older than me. He, you know how white folks, they be Asian like bananas. Just expiring 3 days later, right? And so he started looking old, and I knew by the time I made it to WWE he was going to be out of there, a lot of y'all's hairline. Okay, back to the story. So with that being said, and plus, those submission moves, they hurt. I can't do it. Then I said I wanted to be a stripper, work at Magic City, the adult wonderland. And then I realized that I got 2 left feet. All right, I would have been the first stripper in history bringing home pocket change. You would have thought I was working for a nonprofit organization. I just really want to do it because I thought you can, I was told you can make up to $100,000 a year, but they don't tell you what that up to includes. You got to go to the VIP room to find out for more information. Okay, then I was gonna be driving my dream car and partying with celebs and all that other type of stuff. And couldn't do it. Lastly, I said I wanted to be a hairstylist until I realized that you have to stand up on your feet all day and you can catch carpal tunnel. Right? So what happens if you try to go home to masturbate? You can't. All right, people like Kendra, you gotta pull it out shower head, guys. I don't have a detachable shower head. I live in a Section 8 neighborhood. It stays. You can just move it this way. I can't reach up there.
Okay. That's a struggle. That's a struggle.
It's so much of a struggle, even like with trying to shave your own cooter, right? I don't get waxes. I shave when I feel like it, which hasn't been that often. So I got that good curl pattern of pubic hair. I think it's that Indian and Cherokee in my blood, right?
There it is.
It's lovely. So I try to pull that lip up and just have my leg all the way up like this and everything else. And I'm like, child, I'm pulling a leg out here. So after that, I'm like, you know what? You just gonna eat this hair and all, just like sunflower season. We gonna spit each other's hair out, okay? That's all I just have to say about that. All right, stop trying to make me shave my cooter cat for you give me some whack head. All right, hope your credit score starts at 0. All right, I'm just saying, like, I have a problem with men who are like that. Look, sir, I don't care about hair on your balls. All right, I'm gonna lick it off. I'm gonna lick your goose too if you doing the right things in life. The end with that story. Just saying. Like, what? And you know what? You got women out there. I done had some women out there.
Okay. I see where we going.
We're going. This is a great intro. Let me share this real quick. I done had some women try to come at me, right? Some of them look like Rasputia, Precious, P.O.P. Hold It Down, Trick Daddy, all those people. The ones not no Ebony Jet Beauty of the Week, not somebody like one of us, right? It's always the others, okay? The others be trying to holler at me, and they try to get some money from me. I'm like, ma'am, you better put that mouth to work, okay? And it better be good as well, all right? Because if it's not good, I'm gonna put you on the corner with my other hoes, okay? You're gonna be the bottom bitch number 10. All right, that's all I have to say about that.
Not number 10.
Yes, you're gonna be the last one, like the 10 Commandments, very last one. You ain't important. You ain't number 1. I'm just saying.
You gotta keep. That's all it is honesty.
Honesty, communication.
That's it.
That's it.
Have y'all ever had a woman try to come on to you at any point in y'all's life?
Yes, I have, and I was, I think, like 16 or 17 years old.
Okay, was she in high school with you, or was this like out of high school?
It was, I was in high school, and I don't know if I had like a big sister who was playing both sides.
Okay.
She was playing both sides, and she invited me to a hotel party, so I went, and it was, like when something's out of your depth.
Yeah.
So the side that she was playing at the time was at the hotel, and my little young ass went up there and was like, this is not for me. And this young woman said, I'm trying to talk to you. I was like, oh, no, I'm good. Like, I got a boyfriend. Okay. I'm okay. And she was like, I'm telling you, you're gay. I was like, no, I'm not, actually. And I'm going home. Now I'm going home.
So how's she just going to sit here and tell you that?
You're going to tell me what I like. I called man on the way home, okay?
How's she just going to sit here and say you're gay? What?
In my little child, listen, I went to a small private school.
Yeah.
A small Catholic all-girls school.
Yeah.
So it was out of my depth. If I'm being honest, I was like, I don't have anything against it. I love who you love. It's just not for me. And I know what I like. And at the time, I didn't know how much I liked it, but now I know how much I like what I like. Okay.
Of course. They always say that dark-skinned dick is amazing, like they must be grilling it or something. I don't know. One day I should try some dark-skinned dick one day.
It's marinated.
Just marinated.
Wait,
let's drink to that. We might as well drink to that. Let's drink to it.
Okay. Woo.
Yes, I guess. Oh, I got a fun fact for you all. This is going to sound like a lie, but it's actually very true. I'm still a virgin. This throat's not. I can, swallow it all the way and let it nut on my heart, right? But this cat has not been penetrated yet. And I'm serious. I'm really serious. I'm going to tell you, and I'm about to be serious with you guys. The reason why I have not had sex, of course I want to get around, to be the good times girl, be the school's hoe, like a lot of these, like y'all's parents aren't home, are y'all? Did y'all emancipate yourselves? But anyway, so I kept thinking to myself, I'm like, I want to get around and be out there. And then I realized that, you have the rest of your life to go after your vices, but you got one shot to be successful. And I feel like I'd much rather be in my dream home, in my career, everything, and then I can go get humped on, but not right now where I'm living at. This don't motivate me. I'm horny, but I'm like, bro, like I'm disgustingly horny right now. I'm like, bro, get off me. Like, I don't want you to give me head. I don't want to see that. Like, is your penis still on layaway? This ain't the same picture of your penis that you sent me. What is this? Still loading?
Dick pics.
Come on.
Worst.
So, dick pics are the worst.
And a lot of them aren't attractive.
One dick pic.
I've gotten way too many.
You've gotten a lot. I've only gotten one dick pic in my life.
Really? How did you? Well, what's the secret? Because I'm out there reaching to the public. Men must think she must want it. Like she slid in my DMs first. So I just want you to subscribe to my YouTube channel. That's it.
No.
I don't know. I've only got one solicited dick pic, and
you solicited or it was unsolicited?
Unsolicited.
Oh, okay.
Unsolicited. I've gotten a solicited one.
Oh, okay.
But it was a request, and I got it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've gotten unsolicited. I don't.
Why do you think they send them?
I think it's because of no respect. I think it's the same reason why women will send their privates to men or whomever. I think it's a no respect. And I think, in all honesty, like I had one got sent to me earlier today. I had a guy slid in my DMs. He looked like an African boogie monster. I don't know, but anyway, so he slid in my DMs and he said, "You're very attractive," all that, and I'm like, "How you gonna sit here and try to holler at me? You're not even following me." Then the next thing I see was message said photo, and I'm like, okay. So I just happened to click on it. It looked like a skinny blunt, right? And mind you, I don't block people no more. Okay, I restrict you. I don't want you to. I'm not blocking you to see this glow up, this greatness. Yeah. All right, I'm restricting you so you never ever have access to me again, right? And so I reported the account. So I think by me reporting it got deleted because like he was following me and then I didn't see him follow me no more. Not sure what happened with that. But with all that being said, I think again he said, and then the next message was, "Do you like it?" I was like, wow, no, I don't. But again, I think it's because of lack of morals and self-esteem, because if you really had high self-esteem about yourself, you're not going to want to just send your body out to anybody. And on top of that, this is where people fail to get wrong. How do you not know I'm not underage as well? You know how many women out there who are in high school look grown and stuff like that?
Black
Like,
women.
Okay, Lewis.
Especially black women. Like, we are, first off, we're always going to appear, and people
Older.
don't look at black children as children,
No.
as kids. You're
No.
already going to be looked at as adults, and you're a baby.
Or more grown
Essentially.
than you actually are. Your
Yeah.
body might develop a little bit more. So it's like, you just can't be sending your penis. And that's what happened to me. Like, I had a guy I met at a party, never texted him. Like, gave him my phone number, never texted him. All them text messages came through, ignore. Next thing you know, dick pic.
So do you think it was like a punishment for not responding?
It's probably like, if she don't respond to this, she gonna respond to this. Dick, that deleted, blocked. You got blocked.
let me ask you this: when you met him at the party, did he give off creep vibes, or was he okay, kind of cool?
It was okay. You know, like, you go to a party, you dance with somebody, and it's like, oh, can I get your number? Sure,
When
whatever.
they're behind you, handing you their phone.
Didn't really remember what he looked like. I was like, okay. And then he, like, you know, it might have been, he sent me a picture of himself, and I didn't respond back to any messages after that.
Because you're rude and disrespectful.
No, I didn't know what he looked like.
Okay, after he sent you the picture of himself,
And I was like, oh.
hey.
And you were turned off. He wasn't attractive enough for you to
He was not my type at all. I was like,
So
this
it's
is
a
who you dance
consequence.
with.
So his dick pic was a consequence.
I think they send it as hey, I know this is going to get her attention. I don't know who that works for, but please stop making it work for you for the rest of us. Like, I don't know
Sometimes I think
how many
that-
people like that.
I think you should, for me, if I ever received one again,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to post that shit and tag you. I'm going to screenshot the message that you sent so your name is up there and your number, and I'm going to tag your ass. Don't send your dick through the mail unless I request it.
I really want to do that, but I know my page is going to be shut
Exactly.
down because
I think I would.
Maybe we should send it to their mothers, because that's a
'cause then
quick find.
I would probably respond with something like, "Oh my gosh, is that it?" Or "Where's the rest of it?"
no.
Or I put
you, need
group
to say,
that
you must have taken
in.
that picture when it was cold.
You said what?
What you need to say is you must have taken that
It's
picture
cold.
when it was cold.
Oh, was it a little chilly in there?
No, I'm sending it to your grandmother and your mother. This is what you raised. This is
No.
what you pushed out for however many hours, and this is the disrespectful ass man that you raised.
But then you have to have his mother's phone number.
I don't give a damn. No, Facebook,
How
the
you gonna find
aunties
it?
and the grandmother and the uncles. And for the daddy, he ain't working with much. You ain't pass on much. I'm gonna disrespect the whole family. I don't care.
But let me ask y'all something, because you guys, I feel like you guys are virgins, but maybe at one point, which probably was like a couple days ago. But let's just say for the sake of the conversation. So let me ask you guys this: have you guys ever dealt with a guy whose penis was like, you saw it and you just got scared where it was just too big, or like, oh my gosh, like? And then you tried it, and you're like, this in your mind, you're like, bro, I'm not having sex with you ever again. It's just too big.
No, I've had an experience where it was too big, and I decided not to try it.
Goodbye.
It was just like, it was, I didn't want to ruin, because I had been celibate for like 9 or 10 months at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't think that was the right way for me to jump back in.
that ain't.
I didn't think that was the right way for me to jump back in. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to bow out gracefully. And in fact, I can leave. And
Okay.
So I mean, but why not just let him know? I'm gonna be honest with you. I ain't done this since a pregnancy term, and I really, I want you just to put like 3 inches in there and just work it. Was it thick as well?
Oh Lord, this is taking it back.
Taking it back.
Taking it back. It wasn't. It had a little girth to it. Yes.
Okay, so why didn't you want to try it? It ain't like it's really thick. Like,
Long and girthy.
You know what? They make it seem like the boat is the most important part when it's like it takes the motion of the ocean. The boat could be too big.
Yeah.
Every boat don't fit in the port. That's what's happening in the Suez Canal or whatever. The boat stuck. Nobody needs that. You're okay. it's so nobody needs it, and dudes don't listen.
But you know, that was like several years ago, and now. Ooh,
you would give it a go?
Now I feel like I should have given it a go. I should have hopped on and rode the boat. I should have rocked that boat.
Well, maybe it's a good reason why you didn't do that is because you like if I was having a conversation with this guy and I said, what's considered bad sex to you? He says one of the things is that they're running from it and just like they can't take it. Like maybe it was a good thing that you did that, because if you would have like ran from it too many times, I was like, okay, man, you know what? I don't know what you got to do, but bye. I can't do it.
It was and I at the time I was a virgin.
Okay.
Oh.
At the time I was a virgin.
Mm-hmm.
Well, so it happened twice.
Mm-hmm.
So that first time I was a virgin.
Okay. The second time is when?
The second time was
Is there a nickname to go with the second time?
There is.
Okay. Is it Big Willie?
Yes.
Okay. What are we talking about here?
And I like the first time I was a virgin, and that just didn't seem appealing at the time. And the second time was like I hadn't had sex in so long. It's like this is not how I'm jumping back into the game.
And I feel
just
like
jack all my shit up. No.
Just for clarity, our stance on virginity is like keep it as long as you can.
Yeah,
That's a lot of women. I would say out of all of the people I've come across, I've told so many people this. What's crazy is I have had so many women tell me keep it, but then I've come across a few women like, no, you should be out there, having sex. And I'm like, why should I be like you? Aren't you a single parent? No. Sorry, that's too harsh. I can't say that. I'm sorry. I mean, but my thing is like, and then I have some men out there like, Kyndra, I'm proud of you. Keep it. And then I have some men like, I don't believe you because your last name is Crump. It rhymes with Trump because Tiana Trump, the porn star. I'm like, what? What? Or I have some people, I don't believe it because like everybody's having sex. What makes you think? Have you polled everybody?
Yeah.
There are some people who aren't having sex,
Exactly.
and I think because we do have a good friend of ours who has decided not to have sex until she's married. I want to say,
yeah.
And I tell her all the time, like, listen, sex is great, but it ain't that great.
Yeah, no.
Like, it's
hold on to it.
Hold on to it until it's worth it.
Yeah, and until you're actually like ready to do it,
because there's so much more that comes with it.
Yes.
That you don't.
The soul ties,
Exactly.
the emotions. Let me ask you something. Knowing what you guys know now, would you have waited until you were older, or would you have waited until you were married to have lost your virginity?
I would say waited until I was at least older. It's kind of, I feel like it's a hindsight is 20/20 type of thing, where it's like once you have it, you're like, at first it's great. It's great. But it's kind of like, I could have waited for a different person, or that person that I, lost my virginity to. I could have waited for somebody else to come along. That type of situation. I feel like that's a place where a lot of people are like, I could have waited. Do I regret it? No. But if it was like go down this path and you see what's ahead of you, go down this path and say, I probably would have waited a little longer.
Did your parents like have the birds and the bees conversation with y'all, or you just found out like on your own, like, okay, this is what sex is?
We talked about that in an earlier podcast. Our parents were very, like, my mom was very open about it, because I remember hearing about it from my friends and everyone saying like it hurts and da da da. And my mom was like, it hurts once, and then after it's really, really good. So the thing is, you just want to hold off as long as you can, because once you start, you're always going to want it.
Yeah, it's going to be awkward at first, and it might not be enjoyable, but you'll grow to love it.
Yeah. So my mom she was like, you better not have sex and da da da.
Yeah.
She was never like that. She was just very honest about it. She said it's good, but it just brings on different things that you're not ready for. So for me, I feel like I lost my virginity. I consider me losing my virginity later in life, and I was in a different headspace when I lost mine. But I don't regret it, because it did open a lot of opportunities for some fun times.
Wait, we gotta drink to that too. I like how you said that. Let's drink to it, honey. Come on, let's drink to it. Let's do it.
Named correctly.
For some fun times, but
the rest of it is
looking back on it, I'm like, it wasn't.
waited.
It's not like Like for me, the best sex of my life was the person I was in love with.
Mm-hmm.
That was the best sex. Like
somebody you really connected to.
Yeah, someone you really could. And he was
okay.
All
right.
But wait, here's my question, because I've heard that where, you know, when you really love that person, that's where it's gonna be like just amazing. Like you guys both come at the same time. It's like you feel closer. But here's my question. Why do you ladies want to get married one day, or you're cool on marriage?
I want to be married one day.
So what about you? Do you want to be married one day?
Oh no, most definitely. I do, most definitely. But my question is, because I've heard like people will literally, you know, go all out for their significant other. They'll do all that. They really love them, but it's like y'all break up. You know, have these issues. You're toxic, but I'm like, you love them. So my question is, since you guys both had sex with someone that you were in love with, why did it not go further? How come it's no longer there?
Because sex is not the only part of a relationship, and sex is a big part of a relationship, but it's not the only. It's not the end all be all for a relationship. Like I had really great sex with my ex, and that wasn't the thing that like tore us apart.
And I also think love can be blinding, where it's
sex can be blinding,
love can be blinding, where it's like in the moment in the relationship, we talk about this a lot, where it's like your friends who know the relationship outside of that box that you're in can see the full picture. When you're in it, you can't see it. So it feels like it's love. It might feel like it's amazing. It's perfect, but you're forgetting all of the other negative stuff that might be happening to the side.
Or you're not forgetting the other negative stuff that happened to the side. What's happening is you've had a conversation with the person you're in a relationship with, and you've moved past the other things that have happened that weren't the best. You're not forgetting, but you have to, when you're in any relationship, you have to move forward. I feel like we're talking to each other.
We are.
We're talking to each other right now.
You're choosing to, you're choosing to work past certain things.
Yeah, you're not forgetting it. You're going to remember.
And inside the relationship, that thing that you might rate as like a 2 or a 3 on the annoyance level, outside the relationship, you look back and it's like, oh, that might have been like a 7. Only.
You know what? I'm glad. I'm glad we talking about this. Timing is everything. Because I want to share something with y'all real quick. Because you guys are seasoned, young women who just you know everything. I'm pretty sure y'all's credit scores are 850. Because that's y'all know everything.
Girl,
okay. So here, this is what happened present like day, okay? So there's this guy from New York, and I always had this thing where somebody told me a long time ago, whatever type of man that you want, write your list down, give it to God, and then work on yourself. But make sure if your list is, I want him to be this, that, and the third, you have to at least match up with that, and stuff like that. So I met him we met each other, like I say, back in like high school in a way, but this is the crazy thing about it. And he's a real person. Met him on Facebook. People like, when I tell the story, like, Kyndra, are you sure he's real? Yes, he's a real person. So met him on Facebook through another mutual friend. I found out, later on that they had dated at one point. I guess she tried to throw him on me, which I'm like, isn't that kind of breaking girl code? But anyway, I didn't know that at the time. But we're in high school. Everybody sleeps around with each other. Nobody cares. Back to the story. And it's still going on today. Back to the story. So, every year it seemed like he would always try to come on to me. Let me just give him a nickname. Ty. Let's just call him that, okay?
You give real nicknames. We give like description nicknames. Like we got a titty boy. We got
Okay, well, he has a big dick. Let's call him Big Dick, because I was scared. Okay, so Big Dick, there it is. All right. So anyway, like I said, every year he would be like, "Oh, Kyndra, I would like to hang out with you, be with you," and stuff like that. He would say this, like, I felt like he was serious, but every time like I'm off on a Sunday, he's working a double on a Sunday, so I could never ever get a chance to see him. Fast forward a couple of years ago. 2000, actually it was like 2.5 years ago, 2018. get each other's number again after like the 5th time. And he says, I want to be with you. And I'm like, okay, you said this like 2-3 years ago. And at first everything's copacetic. Now, mind you, I was in this like out of state, like situational relationship for like 2 weeks. Okay. He's all the way, like I say, he's in New York. I'm here in Atlanta. I'm like, I want to be with a New Yorker and everything. He ends up one day, he loses his job. And then he tells me that he like sells weed, right? And I'm like, oh, okay, all right, He tells me he sells weed, right? And so my mind started thinking, I'm like, okay, if he gets caught, am I gonna hold him down or what?
Oh no,
right?
No, ma'am.
Of course I'm not. I'm not doing that. That's not who I am. So anyway, he told me he lost his job. He ends up, having to like give the weed up. He was going through a dark place, and I was trying my best to get him out of this dark place, but there's only so much that I can do. If I say, hey, how are you doing? All you say is fine. I'm like, oh, okay, so what are you up to? Watching TV? Oh, okay. I'm not gonna resuscitate a dead conversation. Okay. All right. Then he started Cash App requests for because he said he was hungry. He literally was on his wits end. I said, okay, well, I don't want you being hungry. Even though I didn't have a job, I went to my mother, okay, to ask her.
Is this your man or was it?
Oh, we kind of were getting there in a way, kind of. I think we were in a relationship for like maybe a day. Not really sure if it was a real relationship. Mm-hmm. So I give him the money, and then I think by the 4th day he asked for money again, and I said, hey, look, I don't have it. I declined a Cash App request. This is the message he sends me a text. He says, you know what? You're wild, funny. Take care. And I'm like, okay, peace sign. He put the
take care.
Take care.
Okay, so I didn't hear back from him. Today's what, Sunday? I did not hear back from him until Friday, which is like 2.5 years going on 3 years later, okay? So let me tell you, this is how the conversation went. He finds me on Facebook, and he says, hey, beautiful, how's it going? And I said to him, I knew you would be back. That's all I said to him. So he's like, oh, so you don't want to fuck with me no more? I said, I never said that. I just said I knew you'd be back. So what's going on, right? We get on a phone call conversation, and everything's copacetic. I said, let me ask you, what exactly was going on? Because I just left this part out. He has sent me right before he says, you're wild, funny, take care. He has said, I heard that you was talking to other niggas as well. Which I'm like, what are you talking about, right? Just making me, just kind of confusing me, but anyway. So everything, like I said, sounds like it's going, copacetic, all cool and whatnot. Then he asked me, he's like, hey, Kyndra, when's the last time you done something with someone? And mind you, I'm gonna be honest, all right? I'm gonna be honest. He didn't ask me that at first, but this is like 2 or 3 hours until
considering done something. What are we considering done something?
He said, when's the last time you had a penis in your mouth? Basically, that's what he was asking. Okay. I told him it was on Monday. He hung up the phone.
Don't play stupid games, win stupid prizes. Okay. you want.
So I hit him. I'm like, bro, don't do that. That's very. And I told him, I'm like, bro, if you do that again, if you disrespect me like that again, don't even talk to me. And I'm serious. Like, that to me is like a toxic type of behavior, right? So he said to me, I apologize. He's like, I just really like you a lot. And when I really fall deep into some feelings with people and stuff like that, I really go full throttle, and it makes me upset that they touched you and I was supposed to be touching you. That's
a hot mess. That's bullshit right there.
So I said, okay. I'm like, my mom, like, oh, he cares, right? I mean, he cares. So anyway, today I'm getting off work tonight, and mind you, I give him a call early today on my way to work. He doesn't answer the call. He's like, well, you guys, I guess I'll just talk to you whenever. And I'm like, bro, I just tried to call you, but you didn't pick up the phone, right? So right when I'm getting off work, I get on a business call with somebody. And I'm gonna read you what the text is say verbatim, okay? This is what, right now. What he said. So anyway, I asked him about what, why is it that he wants to sell weed? He says, I've always sold weed. I just want to own my own dispensary. That's how much I love weed. Then he told me who he sold to. Then he said, well, I guess call me whenever. And I said, well, give me a moment. I'm on a business call. He's like, it's cool. I'll talk to you whenever. I'm going to sleep. I said, okay, good night. Sweet dreams. He's like, whatever, LOL. I'm good. You can just do you. I already see where this is headed. I'm not going to chase you just to talk to you. Next message. If I got to do that, I can only imagine what it'll be like when I move back to Atlanta. So I'm not even going to waste my time. Take care. So I sent him an audio message, and basically the audio message was like, bro, I don't know exactly what your problem is. I don't know what the issue is. I just told you I was on a business call. I called you earlier today. You didn't. You sent me the voicemail, and then you just want to just have this audio message, text messaging back and forth. I don't know what's going on with you, right? And all he did was give me the thumbs up. So my question to you, in conclusion, my question to you ladies are, why do you think that he did that? Do you think he just wanted to see if I was going to be stupid again? Or what do you think is the reason why?
I think in situations like that, people do things to test your vulnerability and how open you are to fuckery.
I think God is testing you to see if you're still dumb. He's not going to let you into the newest blessing unless he knows that you've gotten rid of the old mess.
Right. And it's like people, I mean, guys or men or women, male bashing here. People will take you, like test you and see how much you're willing to take so they know how far they can get away with things. So it's like, even that 2 to 3 years later hitting you up and then still talking wild, you're being disrespectful and you're trying to see how far you can go.
Yeah. And
then it's like, for the conversation to continue on and you have an attitude that, like, you don't get to have an attitude with me because you're wasting my time. I'm the one on a business call. You don't have any business other than selling weed. And it's not a dispensary. It ain't legalized in New York, is it? I don't think so.
It's not. It's just decriminalized. He has a real job, though. He tells me where he works.
Well, a couple years ago, he was asking you for coin. And I don't think
he repaid that coin.
Okay.
I think another thing is attention. And if they're not receiving any attention, it's something about attention from a specific person that'll trump any other attention.
Yeah.
So I think that's what it is too. Like, to play a game with you. And it's like, listen, my issue that I had to be delivered from is I can play whatever game you want to play better than you can play it. So if you want to do this, then let's do it, because I'm good either way. Yeah. Like, I know what I want and what I don't want, and I don't want you. But it'll be fun while I'm watching Grey's Anatomy to text you.
And my thing is always, I feel like it takes a lot out of a person to respond, like to have that tit for tat, go back and forth. It takes more out of you than you realize, rather than being able to put it to the side and be like, you know what, I don't have to spend any of my energy responding to this because you're not providing any positive energy into my life.
That's growth for her.
Yeah, I will. I am a low blow person.
Yeah.
And I will laugh you out.
That's growth for her.
And I just put it to the side.
Yeah.
I think.
Can I be vulnerable with you all? I think the thing is, for me, like, and when I tell you, like, he literally checked off, like, when I said the type of guy that I really want, he literally checked off every, 98% of everything that I want.
Let me ask you this. He's the guy that you want, but is he the man that you need? There's a difference between wants and needs.
And a lot of people sound good on paper.
Yeah.
Like, they check things off on paper. All the things that you asked for, that you might have prayed over. They might be that person on paper. Like, they got a good job. They got their head on straight. They got all this stuff that you're asking for. But they might not be the person that's meant for you. And that's, I think, the hardest thing for people to decide between. It's like, yeah, he sounds good on paper, but then the behavior where it's like you get an attitude over little things, you can't control your attitude, you rely on me to make contact, even though the phone is a two-way street, or you're ignoring me. Like, all of those are, I think, little red flags where it's like, yeah, you sound good on paper, but it actually, once you got the job, you fucked up. Yeah. Like, you might be a perfect applicant, but once we get you in here, you're not doing what you said you were going to do, so you got to go.
And it's a different level, like, not putting it on someone else, but putting it on yourself. It's a different level of elevation when you know what it is that you need, and not just what it is that you want. Because what you want, when we're younger, we want cookies all the time, but cookies all the time is not good for you. You have to take a step back and really analyze what it is that you need, and I'm not sure what your religion or faith is, but what God needs you to have.
No, I believe in the same.
Yeah, okay, so it's like what he needs you to have and who he needs you to be, and like for me, that's what I'm going through now and determining. Like what you want might not be like, this is my type and he has this, he has that. But it's like, VJ, what is it that you really need from a man? What do you need to give of yourself to that person?
Right.
And God is not a God of confusion. Okay. And we don't normally talk about God on this podcast, but he's not a God of confusion and he's not a God of foolishness. And if you ever feel like a fool or confused,
that ain't for you. Leave it alone.
Y'all are preaching the word. That's what I'm talking about. We all little ministers in our own way, and it makes sense. Like I said, I literally, and I can tell you guys what my list is, and I also know that you do have to be, Satan sometimes will send you what you think is, but really it's not. So I'll tell you what it is. I always say, like I said, I like a New York accent. I'm so over Atlanta accents. I'm about tired of all y'all anyway. So I like the New York accent. I was like, okay, I can do Brooklyn, but he was from the Bronx. But Charlamagne the God said the craziest people come from the Bronx in all of Florida. So I was a little skeptical, at first, right? And I told him, I said, hey, look, I want to be able to deal with a man who is not going to pressure me into doing anything sexual that I don't want to do with them. A lot of these cats, they out here like, oh man, come on, send me this, send me that,
No, like when they don't ask for it and they just let shit happen, that's when you get the most.
Yeah.
Exactly. I said I wanted somebody. I like to cook. I wanted so him to know how to cook. You know how many men don't know how to cook? They want me to cook for them. Do you know how to build that? They be like, you know how to cook. Do you know how to build a house?
And a lot of
come on now.
It's by single mothers, so they should know how to cook a little something, right?
Something you would think somebody who is family oriented, somebody I said who has a legal job.
you gotta be specific sometimes when you pray for something.
You do. I'm 5'6", so I wanted somebody who was taller than me and stuff like that. Somebody whose teeth are straight. I'm like, your teeth can't be looking like the New York State line trying to holler at me.
Do you have a height requirement? Like, what's the shortest you would date?
I don't know. Maybe my height, I guess. But I want to wear heels, so I feel like it might be a little awkward in a way.
Could you date someone who was like eye level with you?
I did.
Again?
Oh, again? No.
Okay.
No.
Like
no.
Well, are you like? Are you
I'm
all
5'5"
tall or?
I'm like a 5'3" and a half quarter.
Yeah, we're all
the same height range.
I request a height requirement
of
6 feet.
I said 5'11", so I can wear my heels. And you said I don't want to be heel shopping and have to be like,
It's not about a heels. A man has for me, the men that I've come in contact with, their energy is different when they can say their height is 6 something. Their energy, their swag, it's a different swag. When they're like, how tall are you? They be like, yeah, I'm 6, whatever.
Oh yeah, I know that Napoleon syndrome complex. I'm like, bro, sorry, you're 5'2". I always say the reason why you're short is because when your dad pulled out, the rest of your height landed on the sheets. So yeah. Anyway, I said I like hood dudes. He said that he's a hood dude. And that was about it. Then he told me, I told him like I'm addicted to head because I've been getting that like since I was a teenager, right? And he's like, Kendra, I don't have to have sex with you until we marry. I can give you head for the next 10 years. I'm like, oh, you really can? No, you can't. He's like, no, Kendra, I really can. Like dead ass, I really can. I be kind of believing guys when they say dead ass, but I feel like that same thing saying on God, which or on my grandmama, on my dad. But I'm like, y'all still be lying, man. Y'all still be lying. So, those are just a few characteristics and everything else that I want, amongst others and stuff like that. But like I said, I was willing, and I also I don't know if I said this or not, but I was willing to even, you can put up, I learned, somebody told me that you're not going to have everything that you want in that person. You're going to have to put up with something. And And what my put up was, okay, he's a stoner. So I was going to put up with that, even though I don't care for it. But I'm like, this ain't build a nigga. So I'm like, let me just take what I can.
Your way.
You
get what you get sometimes.
I honestly like people who can do stuff in moderation, because it shows to me like you have self-control and everything else. Like, that this isn't your God and stuff like that. So that's the thing about that. But don't worry, God's gonna send me the right person. If he comes back a third time, which he probably will show back up 3-4 years later, just say I'm good.
Leave him where you left him.
Leave it. I feel like he's shown his colors 2 times out of 3 times.
Yeah,
and
he doesn't need a third time.
No, some people don't even do second time. But
but we're more willing to give that second time to see if they've grown. But it's fool me once.
Yeah, that's
you want to see if they've grown. You want to see if they're different. And once they've proven to you that they're not different, they haven't grown,
you got to be able to walk away from that situation. And I feel like people find love when they're not looking for it.
You think so?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. What you doing right now? You looking for love, or you?
I'm open to it.
Okay.
I'm open. The door is open. Now, if you happen to pass through, I'm a tough cookie. So I'm like, oop, don't like that. Oop, don't like that. Goodbye. That might be the problem.
Are you open to love, Kyndra?
I'm definitely open to love. I'm just not looking for it.
I
like it coming out.
That's why I asked. I'm close to it.
Since we're talking about dating and relationships, have you been following the whole Derek Jaxn thing?
Of course I have. I talked about it before, and I'm like, you know what? This is what happens when people put certain people on a pedestal, man. Anybody, number one, we're all capable of doing something. He has actually said great messages, and I think people should still take that message for what it is and stuff like that. The things that he actually has made confirmation with certain things. But, people are just sitting here. He's not the first and he ain't going to be the last, okay? I'm pretty sure Kevin Samuels is probably going to be next. Russell Wilson, I'm pretty sure Russell Wilson.
No.
But everybody, that's what I'm saying. People want to sit here and be like, no, not Russell Wilson. But again, you don't know how these people really are. I thought Derek Jaxn was going to be this cool guy, but the whole time, this Negro was married.
Let me say this about Russell Wilson. So, him and Sierra recently did a interview, and he was talking about her ride video and how he liked it. And then for me, that's enough for me to be like, he's still a man, because for a long time it was like he was just like, oh, but it's like he's still a man at the end of the day. But I don't believe all men are fuckboys, and I don't believe all men cheat. I do believe that there are men who have their shit together and know how to treat the woman that they want to be with. But
my thing is with Derek Jaxn in particular, I feel like I've never trusted and I always say this, like my friends, like the guys on Instagram, Facebook that give all the dating advice, give the things that are like, oh, so woman forward and like, go girl, you got this. And I'm male bashing the other guys that I know. I was like, something just don't sit right in the spirit.
Something ain't right in the mouth.
Yeah, that ain't. It's something about him threw me off, and then all this shit came out, and I was like, see.
And the biggest thing for me is realizing that man is 5'6". That man is about 5'6", 5'7".
Yeah.
Really? I didn't know that.
He puts it in the pictures, but you see him walking up the thing with the trash can. And that joint hitting him right
trash
here.
Can.
I didn't see the trash can. I did not see that.
And so it makes sense.
Wow.
That little man's complex makes sense.
The Napoleon complex. You gotta.
But now he's not over 6 foot like his energy was giving.
Wow. I have
just look a little bit. You see his wife. His wife is probably around our height. She's like she's coming to the chin of him. Yeah. The thing that I didn't like about initially that situation was how a lot of people were discussing her.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, we forget that men ask women to marry them, and he asked that woman to marry him. So if you're choosing to be married, then you need to respect marriage and not step out of your marriage. That's how I feel.
I also didn't like that. A lot of people compared like her outfit. Like they were like, oh, she doesn't look put together. She doesn't look like this. Beyonce got cheated on, and Rose got cheated on. Blac Chyna got cheated on. There's a long list of beautiful women or societies, beautiful women that have been cheated on. A man's gonna cheat whether you look good or not.
That's
if he wants to cheat, that's what he's gonna do.
You can have your shit together or not.
You could be Beyonce. We love Beyonce, and he still was out here with Becky. We don't know who Becky is.
We know who Becky is.
Who's
Was it Corinne Stephens?
Wait, I ain't never heard that one.
Becky was Rachel Roy, right?
No. Wait, Rachel.
Was it Pam?
Yeah, maybe.
Could have been.
Maybe.
Could have been.
So get your
Somebody that y'all went to school with.
I saw this thing on Instagram.
Okay.
And I had a quick question. How do you feel about men wearing anklets? Heterosexual
Anklets.
Yes. It's a lot
Just anything.
in Tulum, in Mexico, and on the beach. And how do you feel about men wearing anklets?
No. Like, cancel. People, I'm telling you, man. Like, it's so much like any little thing that these guys be doing that just shows that you are just like you like the other side's booty. What straight man do y'all know? Skinny jeans, skinny capri, like fingernail polish.
Flicks on nail.
You know,
Baby.
they gonna have eyelashes.
I think if you like it,
Then you like it.
then you like it. If you
Sure.
like it, you like it.
Sure.
It's not necessarily for me, but if you like it, you like it.
I don't know. Maybe there's some like, if there is some historical or ethnic.
I don't believe that. I'm not a person that
History.
believes something is gay, but I do believe that some things are questionable. Yeah.
When you say you don't believe that some things are gay, so like if a man has, what do you call it? If a man is wearing like his woman's Ugg boots or his woman's heels, you don't.
I don't. Ugg boots? Ugg boots? No.
Yes.
No, I don't think a man is gay if they wear Ugg boots because Uggs are comfortable. Like I'm just gonna be real. Like Uggs are comfortable, and I think a lot of times men don't get an opportunity to do things that have some type of comfort because of how it may be perceived, and I don't think that's fair.
Majority of their stuff is comfortable. Like,
Well, no, apparently a lot of their stuff is like dress shoes can be uncomfortable for them, like they can pinch their toes and stuff.
Okay.
It's just a different level of uncomfort.
Yeah.
But heels is a strong no for me. But Ugg boots, I would buy my man a pair of Ugg boots if he wanted them.
Like the men's Ugg boots or like the.
I wouldn't get like furry at the bottom, but like a standard
Like
pair
Cam
of Ugg
Newton be
boots.
wearing.
Yeah, like Cam Newton. I would do that.
Okay. You're cool with skinny jeans as well, glitter.
Glitter, no. Skinny jeans, yes.
As long as you have your butt covered, I think.
For me, I don't want everybody to know what I'm working with. Like, let's keep the skinny jeans in moderation because I don't want everybody to know what I'm working with.
If you're going to buy skinny jeans, at least let them come up like, over your ass. And that might be the age of me. But I'm like,
aging you.
I don't care. I don't want to see your drawers.
I agree. No, that's the aging us. So
Okay,
that's the aging us. Yeah,
your drawers.
I don't want to have to tell you to pull your pants up.
I don't need
That's
to.
not cute.
And the wildest part is they have a belt on. And the belt is also sagging with the pants. And belts are meant to hold the pants up.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Grandma.
I'm just saying.
Mm-hmm.
You might need to get your little young thing.
No. I'm okay. I need an adult.
You don't want to get no fresh out of high
Hell
school?
no.
We're too old for fresh out of high school now.
I dated young. I dealt with younger. And I'm okay. I've dealt with shorter. And I'm okay.
I've never dated anyone young.
I'm dead. It was an experience. It was an interesting time. It wasn't all bad. It was an experience. Do I need to go back? No. Do I need tickets? A season pass? No. I'm okay.
So Kyndra, tell us where we can see you, where we can hear you, where we can hear your comedy.
Oh my goodness, this has been a fun little hour. Yes, you guys gave great advice. I'm pretty sure y'all had like a list of questions and everything, but we just rolled off the dome, baby. Okay, so y'all can find me on. Yes, yeah, y'all can first find me on the corner hoeing, but while I'm not doing that, you guys can find me. Instagram is the Kyndra Crump Show. So the Kyndra with a Y, so KYNDRACRUMPSHOW. My YouTube is Kyndra Crump, and my podcast is the Kyndra Crump Show. So yeah, I try to make everything easy where you can find me.
Good. Yeah, we're so excited we were able to have you and talk to you. We've talked to you like February.
Yes.
We did. And that, you know what, shout out to y'all, because you know what, I really was about to send you guys a follow-up message like tomorrow. I had it in my calendar. Contact them. Y'all beat me to it. I said, oh shit, they want me back.
We try to be on it. We might come off the rails a little bit.
Yeah, but we try to. Yes, absolutely. Yes. Thank you so much for joining us on our podcast, our Sip in the Shop podcast. You are. We gotta clap it up for Kyndra.
Yes,
it is good.
So much fun.
Great. Thank you so much.
Let's wrap it up then.
All right, it's VJ.
It's Jay.
And this is
A Sip
and a Shot. Bye.